In the heart of post-war Japan, amid the rubble and ruin, one man saw possibility where others saw only loss. His name was Soichiro Honda, a dreamer with grease-stained hands and an engine roaring in his heart. In 1948, Honda founded his company with a simple vision: to give people mobility. The first product wasn't a car. It was a bicycle with a small engine strapped to it. Affordable, efficient, and revolutionary. It was called the Type A, a motorized bicycle that became wildly popular. Japan, still rebuilding, needed cheap transport. Honda delivered it. And just like that, a humble garage company began rewriting the rules of transportation. Soichiro wasn't just an engineer. He was a man obsessed with perfection, constantly sketching, tweaking, testing. "Success represents 1% of your work," he once said. "The rest is overcoming the 99% of failures." In the early years, Honda's team was tiny. A handful of loyal engineers working day and night. They weren't just building bikes. They were building a brand, a legacy, and a dream that would one day circle the globe. By the 1950s, Honda's motorbikes were racing off assembly lines and into the lives of everyday people. Cheap to own, easy to fix, and built to last. But Soichiro had bigger ambitions than just Japan. He wanted to go global. And in 1959, Honda opened its first overseas subsidiary in the United States. A bold move for a Japanese company back then. America had Harley-Davidson. Why would they need tiny bikes from Japan? But Honda had a secret weapon, the Super Cub, a small, lightweight motorbike that promised freedom without the price tag. "You meet the nicest people on a Honda," the ad said, and it worked. That one slogan broke stereotypes. Motorcycles weren't just for rebels in leather jackets anymore. They were for moms, students, office workers. Honda reshaped how the world saw two wheels. Sales exploded. By the mid-60s, Honda was the largest motorcycle manufacturer in the world. In the US alone, they sold hundreds of thousands of bikes a year. The Super Cub became the best-selling vehicle in history. But Soichiro wasn't satisfied. While others celebrated, he returned to his garage. His mind was already onto the next challenge: cars. Faster, safer, better cars, and an engine that could rival the world's best. The world laughed. A motorcycle company making cars? Unthinkable. But in 1963, Honda released its first automobile, the T360 mini truck and the S500 sports car. They were small, yes, but they were mighty. Honda's engines were different, high-revving, fuel-efficient, and reliable. They didn't just get you from point A to B, they made you feel something. Driving a Honda wasn't a chore, it was a thrill. To prove his cars could compete, Soichiro did what few dared. He entered Formula One. In 1964, Honda became the first Japanese manufacturer to build both engine and chassis for an F1 car. The early years were tough, but in 1965, Honda shocked the world by winning the Mexican Grand Prix. A motorbike company from Japan had just conquered one of the world's biggest racing stages. Back home, the Japanese economy was booming. People wanted cars, and Honda delivered. In 1972, they launched the Civic, a small, affordable car, just as the oil crisis hit America. While gas guzzlers sat stranded, the Civic zipped past them. It was fuel-efficient, clean, and cheap. Americans lined up for it. Honda didn't just enter the market, it dominated it. And then came the Accord in 1976, a roomier, more powerful car that still sipped fuel. It became a bestseller year after year. Honda was no longer just a brand. It was a household name. In 1982, Honda did the unthinkable. It built a plant in Ohio, the first Japanese automaker to produce cars in the US. It wasn't just building cars, it was building trust. Honda's quality became legendary. Mechanics joked that if you wanted job security, you didn't want customers driving Hondas. They just didn't break down. And it wasn't luck. Honda's engineers obsessed over every bolt, every gasket. "We do not make cars to make money," Soichiro said. "We make money to make better cars." Even as he aged, Soichiro stayed involved, walking factory floors, listening to workers, pushing for innovation. His philosophy was simple: respect the work, and the work will respect you. In the 1990s, Honda kept pushing. The NSX supercar stunned the world, a Japanese sports car that could rival Ferrari with the reliability of a Civic. Even Ayrton Senna helped fine-tune it. From motorcycles to minivans, Honda had become a symbol of reliability, of ingenuity, of quiet excellence. But behind every success story, there's always a road bump, or a whole stretch of them. The 2008 financial crisis hit hard. Car sales plummeted, profits shrank. Honda pulled out of Formula One to survive. Critics said the golden age was over. And then came the 2011 earthquake and tsunami. Honda's factories were devastated. Supply chains collapsed. It wasn't just a financial blow, it was emotional. Entire communities were affected. But Honda didn't fold. It rebuilt, slowly, steadily, respectfully. Workers volunteered to help clean up. Engineers returned to broken plants, determined to restart production. The soul of the company never gave up. And even in crisis, Honda looked forward. It doubled down on hybrids and fuel cell technology. The insight, the clarity, and eventually the all-electric Honda E, signals of a future beyond gasoline. The auto industry is changing fast, but Honda is adapting. In 2021, it announced plans to go fully electric by 2040. A bold move, but not surprising. Change has always been built into its DNA. Today, Honda is one of the largest automakers on Earth, but it never lost its roots. It still builds motorcycles, it still builds engines, and it still believes in chasing the perfect machine. Soichiro Honda passed away in 1991, but his legacy lives on. In every Civic, every lawnmower, every jet engine, his fingerprints are there. Precision, passion, and perseverance. He once said, "Real happiness lies in the completion of work using your own brains and skills." Maybe that's why Honda never chased luxury. It chased excellence. And maybe that's why millions trust Honda to take them home, to work, to the mountains, to the sea. It's not just a car, it's a companion. Reliable, loyal, quietly brilliant. For every engine Honda built, there was a human hand behind it. A story of resilience, of risk, of relentless curiosity. That's not just good business, that's a philosophy on wheels. And hey, if this story's revved your engines, why not subscribe? We promise fewer breakdowns and more horsepower for your curiosity. In the end, Honda is more than a brand. It's a belief that with enough effort, any machine and any person can go the distance. From a dusty garage in Hamamatsu to highways across the world, Soichiro Honda proved something timeless. Dream bold, build well, and never ever stop moving forward. Because sometimes the quietest engines make the loudest impact.